Hey everybody, I'm so glad you all came. Guys, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate it. If you want to clap, you can. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I am in a restaurant, but I am sitting down and I am more than 6 feet away, so I will remove my mask following the arbitrary rules that are all throughout my state. I want to make sure that I keep this place in business the best of my ability. By the way, we are in, Nothin Fancy. Is that right? We are Nothin Fancy. So if you happen to be in the Oneida County area, we are in Vernon. If you happen to be here, please stop by Nothin Fancy. It was so nice to have us here. As you know, I am in my 51st stop of 62, stopping always in local establishments, trying to support the local communities, that we put more money into these communities. By the way, just as a show of hands, anybody here never been here before? Nice, very good. So we have some new customers. Very good. Some people eat here often. You eat here often, you said. There we go. Yes. So some people eat here often, some people not, but I'm glad we're all here. We're trying to support our local businesses. Why would I do that? I talked trash the entire time I ran for governor. And the trash I talked was local matters, local's important. I care about local people. I talked about that constantly. And then how in the world did I make that happen? I actually am now walking the walk, and I'm covering every single count to the best of my ability, trying to make us rock and roll. Now, some people got upset. They said, Larry, we tried so hard. We worked so hard for you, and we voted for you, and we gave you money and these important things, and you lost. Larry, you suck. I get it. I hear that. But I will ask you a question. For those of you who supported somebody else, where is that person now? That's what I would ask you. Where is that person now? Nowhere. I'm still here. I still care. Everything I said was true then. In fact, many things have actually come to pass. And I'm still out here now trying to put those things together. Here's the issue. The ideas and concepts they talked about, oh, I'm going to do this and do that and do this. Why aren't they doing them now? Why aren't they pushing those ideas now? Why aren't they pushing those bills now? Because it was all garbage. It was all a lie. But I'm actually still pushing the ideas that I talked about. I'm still talking about those ideas. The Libertarian Party is without question the only movement that actually has ideas, that actually has concepts that will help people, not just give them, oh, today I care because I'm in front of you. Somebody put on a cowboy hat and say yeehaw and pretend I'm in front of you. Never have I pretended I'm anything that I am. I'm not. I'm a city boy. So I am. I don't pretend I'm something else. That's what I am. I don't want you to pretend like you're something else either. The entire point of this party is for you to be you and for me to be me and for us to respect each other. I don't want Brooklyn to become Herkimer. I want Herkimer to stay Herkimer and Brooklyn to stay Brooklyn. People who live in Queens love Queens. I live in Queens. Let us love our county and we'll let you love yours. How about that? That is the only way we bring this state together, this county together, this nation together. It's the only way. It's by having that third way that says, you be you and I'll be me and let's all be happy. Let's respect each other. How many times have you had a conversation with somebody from the left or from the right, wherever, and it immediately turned into, you're not American or you're a racist?
Every day.
Every day, all the time. All the time. Because you have to be me or you're bad. More importantly, you have to hate who I hate or you're bad. Or instead, we could say, I'm okay with who you are. Let's have a conversation so that we can all fix things. The example you hear me use all the time is our own Libertarian Congressman, Justin Amash. When George Floyd died, the left yelled, all cops are bad. And the right yelled, all cops are amazing. And no one had an answer. The left yelled, defund the police. And the right yelled, back the blue. And no one had an answer. But how about instead, someone like Justin Amash says, you know what? Let's have a plan. Let's try to fix something. How about we have an idea of ending qualified immunity? Let's talk about that. And you might say, well, is that the right answer? I don't know if it's the right answer, but here's what I do know. It's an answer that we can now talk about and come up with a plan to fix things that we could do. And he went to Democrats and said, hey, Democrats, will you support? Hey, Republicans, will you support? And some Democrats and some Republicans actually supported it, making the only tripartisan bill ever an actual answer, an actual way of crossing the aisle and fixing things. And some of you say, well, he's only one guy. He is. But imagine if we had 5 of him, 6 of him, 10 of him. Imagine if we had 5 senators. Imagine if in your state, in this state, we had just 3 or 4 state senators, 6 or 7 assemblymen. We would literally be the swing vote in this state to make actual change. Things could actually, and we could cross the aisle. The red and the blue could talk together through the gold. It's the only way of making change in this country and this nation, the way of healing us. We could do it. How do I know that? Because I've crossed this state, 62 counties, more than once.
3 times.
3 times, yes, 3 times. Thank you for remembering. Yes, 3 times. And I met people who are deep red and deep blue and everything in the middle, and somehow they talk to me. Somehow they talk to me. Because it's the most important thing. I show them respect, and I don't ask them to change. I just ask them one thing. I'm showing you respect. Please respect me in return. That's all I ask. That's it. And I show the respect first. I don't wait for the fact you've watched me. People yelling at me. People literally getting up in person and yelling at me. And I don't insult them. I try to respect them and say, all I'm asking for is respect in return. And many of you have watched how people go, you know what? That's all you want? All right, I'll respect you. And they don't always agree with me, but they talk. How in the world can we do that without talking? How can we fix things without talking? But we can. This movement does that. This party does that. But Larry, it's so hard. You lost the election. Oh my God. Yeah, we're underdogs. Yeah, we are. We're underdogs. 100%. We are. Underdogs win though sometimes. But they don't win just by luck or the TV show that you watch on TV. But if you watch those cool movies, and you all watch those cool, when the underdog comes back and wins, it's the same story. The underdog tries and fails and falls down. And then someone goes, you could do it. And the underdog gets back up and tries again and wins. Because the reality of an underdog winning isn't because they're super smart or super handsome. I mean, I am super handsome. But that's not the reason. The reason is because they get back up and they keep trying. They get persistent, they keep going. And the best leaders don't say, I got you. I'm the guy to win everything. I will change everything. The best leaders say, you know what? I can't change everything. I need you. Follow me. Get up and follow me. Get going. That's what a good leader does. They don't just do it themselves. They get everyone to go do it. And every plan you've ever heard me talk about is always about getting local community to get up and start fixing problems. Yeah, we're underdogs. We are. 100%. We are. Yeah, we're fighting the system. Yeah, we are. 100%. It doesn't mean we can't win. It doesn't mean we can't make change. But a more important thing, even if we don't win, we can still make change. We still can. Those of you who saw me in my Joe Rogan podcast, and many of you did, when I was on Joe Rogan, at the end of that podcast, Joe Rogan said, Larry, where'd you get these ideas from? I said, well, me and my team, we made them. You know, we sat back and came up with policies and ideas. He said, you better lock those ideas down. I said, why? He said, people will take them and steal them. I said, good, take them, steal them, do all the things I say, please. I'll go back home and spend time with my family and friends. I'll do that, and you can just change the state without me. That will be amazing. I want everyone to take my ideas. And many people remember me for my ideas. They do. And then they keep talking about it, and they start moving forward. Yes, we can make it. We can make change. As underdogs, even if we lose. And some will win. We had 100 and some odd victories last year here in New York State. So we had victories and we had losses, and we'll have some victories this year and we'll have some losses. But either way, voting gold will actually make impact. Voting gold will change this nation. That's what I want. I know we're underdogs, but we can still win and still make change. I have someone here, I'm very lucky, someone who's run before, who supported me in my campaign, who's running here locally in New York State, running for Congress to make some changes at the federal level, supporting New York State, a man who I adore, who is going to talk about those things and more. Please give a warm welcome for Keith Price.
Take this mask off. Thank you very much, Larry. Thanks, Vernon. Thanks for having me. Normally, if you know me, I come in hot, I come in strong. But prior to doing my normal talk, I would like to take this moment to talk directly to Larry's audience. because I know the emperor is listening, and I know the orange president is listening. So I want to speak to you, federal government and state government. In the last week, both of you have been proposed legislation to create a tax holiday to immediately help Americans struggling with COVID-19 relief. A tax holiday is not a $1,200 check in the mail. A tax holiday means they don't touch your paycheck. And that can start right now. So I am encouraging state and federal legislators, state and federal leaders, get off your can and pass or write the tax holiday. While you talk about a stimulus, fine. Put money in Americans' hands immediately by giving us a tax holiday. And let's take it a libertarian step further. After you make the tax holiday, make it permanent.
Yeah.
Make it permanent to help Americans not just get through COVID-19, but to get through the next piece of bull crap you come up with.
You're doing good today.
So, with that being said, let me get into my traditional message, which isn't pass tax holiday. But my traditional message today will be about underdogs. We're all underdogs at some point. We're all favorites at some point. Each and every one of us have gone through traditional life's ups and downs. The Libertarian Party is told many things. I hear it every day. You're taking votes away from the left. You're taking votes away from the right. You can't win. The reason they're saying that, whether you're a left Twix or a right Twix, is because they are afraid the underdog won't stop barking. We will continue to get up. We will continue to make noise. And that isn't just how a movement grows. It isn't just how a party grows. It's how actual hope and change happens. We, as Americans, have been told far too long, don't worry, we, the federal government, will break your legs, but we've got a nice subpar wheelchair to put you in. We don't want your wheelchair, and we don't want you to break our legs. What we want you to do is stand back and stand down while we stand up.
Like that.
It is very easy for me to sit up here and say, here's all the things I want to do. And they are good ideas. The Libertarian Party, guys like Larry Sharpe, our vice presidential candidate, our presidential candidate, Joe Jorgensen, great people with great ideas. And I strongly encourage anyone and everyone to listen to them as often as you can. But great ideas only get you so far. If you don't have people willing to stand up and say, I am an underdog, but I will not be ignored. I will not be put aside. I will not be shoved in a corner. When you vote Libertarian, when you vote Green Party, when you vote Independent, when you vote for anyone who isn't lesser of two evils, you are voting what is right for you. And when you vote what is your truth, and you vote what is your truth, and you support what is your truth, you slowly increase in stamina. You slowly increase in constitution and fortitude. And it's that constitution and fortitude, that stamina, that creates momentum.
Yes.
And momentum becomes a tidal wave. And tidal waves become tsunamis. And tsunamis become constitutional rights back in your hands.
Yes.
Constitutional powers back in your home. That means less government in your house, your church, your place of business. Step by step, day by day, the federal government is trying to take bricks out of the wall that is our foundation as Americans. And step by step, day by day, we, the underdogs, folks like Larry, folks like Joe Jorgensen, myself, we are slapping the hand of federal government. We are going to pull those bricks back out of their pockets, and we are going to rebuild the wall brick by brick by brick. And anyone who gets in the way of that will be consumed by our growing tsunami. So you may be told you are down. You may be told you are out. You may be told we don't care. We don't hear you. You're only out there hurting other candidates. You're only out there hurting other people. The reality of it is you're doing what the American founders, the founding fathers, Jefferson, Washington, did. They were told that they were just colonists, and yet they started a movement. They were a movement of underdogs when the Revolutionary War started. We are a movement of underdogs when our new Revolutionary War will start. Our fight won't be with guns. It will be with the internet. It will be by taking seats in the House. It will be by taking seats in the Senate. It will be by electing libertarian governors and state senators and state assemblymen. That will be our golden revolution. And when it happens, it will be too late for them to apologize for the 150 years of garbage they've given us. And it will be too late for them to come to their senses. They will have but one choice, except that they're the underdogs, that they are no longer in power, and that they have to eat the scraps at our table. The only thing is, we're libertarians. We won't give them scraps. We will give them a plate.
Yes.
And it's going to be dry, hard meatloaf. And they will eat it. So I'll wrap with this, folks. We are underdogs here and now. But I firmly and truly believe we will not be underdogs in 2 years or 4 years or 6 years. We will not be underdogs in the future. Our message is growing louder and stronger across the nation each and every day because those left and right Twixes continue to be what they are, and that is bullies, liars, cheats, and frauds. We will find you, we will catch you, we will vote you out of office, and you will watch America grow the way the founders and the way the Constitution intended it to grow. Free our markets, free our bodies, free our minds, free our workplaces. You do your job and let Americans be Americans. We are underdogs today, but we will not be tomorrow. I promise you that. Oh, sure. What was that?
I need a hold.
Oh, absolutely. My Facebook page is traditional. It's Keith Price. You can also find me on Keith Price for the 22nd Congressional District, right on Facebook. I had a traditional website. The server provider went out of business because of COVID, so my traditional website is down. So Keith Price for US 22nd. Also, and this is very important, and there's an individual in the room that knows this, a couple that already know this. I publish my home address. I publish my cell phone number. Call me, text me, message me, reach out to me. I don't know what I don't know. Even if you don't agree with me, even if you're a left Twix or a right Twix and you want to argue with me on a point, I will tell you how libertarians can do it better. I mean, I will have a discussion with you. Call me, text me, message me, reach out to me on Facebook. I am accessible. I do not hide in an office in DC. I do not hide in an office in Utica. I will answer the phone. I will answer your questions. I am not omnipotent. I do not know everything. My answer might be, I don't know. Let me learn a little more and I'll get back to you. Or my answer might be, this is why I believe this, and here's why I think you should. So reach out to me on Facebook, Keith Price, my homepage, or Keith Price for US 22nd, or grab my information. I have a Wikipedia being set up. I'm going to put my home address, my phone number, and my Facebook information on that Wikipedia. Call me, text me, message me. I can't talk to you and engage everyone, but I will do my absolute best. Mike Pence's fly just attacked me. Yeah, Mike Pence's fly just attacked me. I think Trump's got people here. So call me, text me, message me, reach out to me. I will have a conversation. I won't argue. I will gladly have a positive debate, but I look forward to a conversation with anyone about anything. Thank you very much for your time, Larry. Have a great day.
Oh, so happy that we have so many candidates running around the state. As you heard him say, I hope that we all vote gold this year. I hope you decide to vote Joe Jorgensen for presidency, particularly in New York State. But I would say look to yourself in your own area. And if you see in your own area that you already know who's going to win, and there's a lot of areas where you already know who's going to win, right? Joe Biden is going to win New York. Trump might win the election. I don't actually know. He might not. I don't know what data to trust, so how can I know who's going to win? But whether Trump wins the election or not, he's not going to win it with New York. He didn't win last time with New York. He's not going to win this time with New York. But he might still win. He's not going to win New York State. So if you live in New York State, why would you vote for Biden or Trump? I heard someone yesterday, I asked that question. She said to me, she goes, Larry, you don't understand. If Trump wins, and if Biden wins, all these bad things will happen. She listed a list of terrible things that she believes is going to happen. And she might be true, might be right. I don't know. My response to her was, okay, maybe it's true. Doesn't matter for you, though, because no matter what you do, if you live in New York State, Biden wins those 27 electoral votes. But I think Biden's terrible. Great. He's going to win those electoral votes. If someone's watching on Trump's terrible, he's going to destroy the world. Great. He's not going to get these votes. It doesn't matter. No matter what happens, Biden gets these 27 votes out of New York State. We are 2.8 or so to 1 Democrat to Republican, almost 3 to 1 Democrat to Republican in this state. And the people who would have voted out people like Andrew Cuomo, they're leaving the state in droves. The state's not getting redder. Not going to happen. So why would you vote for them? Well, I got to support Biden because I love Biden. You threw your vote away. I got to support Trump because I love Trump. You threw your vote away. I hear all the time, I can't vote third party. It throws my vote away. I would argue the opposite. If you vote for Biden or Trump in New York State or any state like this, like California or Oklahoma, which is going to go to Trump, right? Wyoming is going to go to Trump, right? I get it. Those states, they're going to go to Trump. I got it. In any of those states, why in the world would you vote for Biden or Trump? If you vote for Trump in this state, you threw your vote away. And you also told everybody, that they own your vote. That even though your vote will have no power whatsoever, they get it anyway because we're in a red team. But for Biden, you've thrown your vote away. Because even though your vote will have no impact whatsoever, you've told the blue that they own your vote. But if you actually vote gold this year, you've told them that they don't own your vote. You've told them. You have not rewarded bad behavior. How much time has Trump and Biden spent in this state? Yeah, none.
Trump moved to Florida.
Yeah, Trump actually left. Yes, he moved to Florida. They don't spend any time in this state. Why would they? Why should they? We have trained them that it doesn't matter. This state goes blue no matter what. Why should Biden come to my state? He doesn't unless he wants to come to New York City to raise money. He'll come to New York City to raise money, and so will Trump. They'll come to New York City to raise money. Otherwise, they're not coming to this state. Why bother? This state goes blue either way. But what if we all of a sudden had a gold rush in this state? Imagine for a second, in New York State, we get 300,000 libertarian votes in New York State. Not going to change the election either way, because Biden's going to win by at least 2 million votes, guaranteed. I'll put money on that. At least 2 million votes he wins. So 300,000 votes, libertarian. What does that say? That tells Democrats, wow, we can't just run roughshod over this state. We have to actually do what we say we're supposed to do, which is we're supposed to be about civil liberties. And Democrats aren't, but they're supposed to be. You get 300,000 libertarian votes, what Republicans say? Oh my God, there are extra votes that we could actually make impact. Maybe we should stop just kowtowing to our governor and actually be Republicans. who are supposed to be about smaller government and less taxes. They're not. They're supposed to be. If you want better Democrats and better Republicans, you better be voting gold this year. If you want a better third party that will keep all the parties in check, then you better vote gold this year. In certain areas, you're going to have other people on the ballot like Keith Price. Please vote for him. You have others like Tim O'Connor, Thomas Queter, Dwayne Whitmer. You will have lots of people on the ballot. If you can, if you're in those areas, please vote for them. If you're not, you've got Joe Jorgensen on your ballot for sure. You can vote for her, guaranteed. And it won't affect the outcomes. You can still say how much you're happy or unhappy that Biden won in New York. If you like Biden, good on you. If you hate Biden, I'm sorry. But either way, that's happening. But you can make actual impact. The only vote in this election this year that is not a wasted vote is the Libertarian vote.
Tell them why.
Sorry?
Say why.
You mean because of ballot access?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. If we don't get 150,000 votes or so, we need 130,000 or 2%, whichever's higher. Odds are it'll be about 150. If we get more than 150,000 votes, the Libertarian Party stays on the ballot for you to have a choice to vote and to hold people accountable for the next 2 years. If we don't get that, we lose that. And we go right back to the same left-right paradigm. The left-right paradigm is vote for me because I'm not him. I'm not the other. Look, I know I killed somebody, but he killed like 3 people. So vote for me because he killed 3. I only killed 1. That's what winds up happening. I don't want that. So vote, particularly in New York State, but any state, vote gold for the future, vote gold for change, vote gold to take back control of exactly what Keith said. To get that control back in your own home, back in your own place of worship, back in your own business, vote gold this year. Thank you, Keith, for coming today. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you all very soon.